Hi friends, so today we're going to make a really cute fall craft, but first I'm going to use my new Fiskars hand drill, and it's the first time I've used it. I got it on Amazon and the link to it will be below, but it's just a nice one to have right at your desktop when, I didn't feel like going out to my husband's garage and getting his power drill, just for two quick little holes like this. So I'm learning, but it went through this little wood piece really quick and easily. In fact, when I started pushing hard, it was actually going through my craft mat. So I learned that I didn't need to push so hard, and it went through quicker than I thought. So anyway, I'm sold on that, and that will be nice to have at my little craft table and just make the holes in my little wood pieces I need really quick and easily. So there's that. So I am using a bamboo cutting board from the Dollar Tree, and this is actually one of the smaller ones that they used to have. And I painted it Java acrylic paint by Fiskars, just one layer. And now I'm just using a little wax candle from the Dollar Tree and just waxing all over that in certain spots, mostly around the edges and the corners. And now I'm going to paint another layer on top with Adirondack White chalk paint by Fiskars. Just giving that one good coat, and then I'll dry it and give it a little bit, just another light coat in a couple places that I thought it needed a little bit heavier coat. I'm just using my heating tool in between coats to give it a real thorough dry. Now I'm just using my scraper that I got at the Dollar Tree, and I'm scraping all over. And where that wax was, it comes off quite easily, quite nicely. And I love this chippy look. And I haven't done this in a long time, so I need to do this a little bit more. I really love how it turned out. So I'm just scraping off in parts, and then I'm just going to wipe off any excess with a paper towel. So now I'm going to make a little pocket on here. I've got this 6-inch burlap ribbon that I got at the Hobby Lobby. I'm just going to glue it flush with the bottom edge of the wood piece. Just cut off a piece that enough to go around the back. So I'm just going to secure that on really well at the bottom. And the reason I'm not gluing it clear to the top yet is because on the front I want the top looser than at the bottom in the front. I'll show you right here. But first I'm going to fold that top layer over about maybe an inch or so and just glue it down. But I want it loose, the pocket open and loose more at the top because I'm going to stick flowers and stuff in there. But right now I'm just folding that down all the way around. Sometimes I just use the edge of my glue gun to push my glued pieces down. So here I'm just kind of tucking my fingers in and making sure I'm leaving room. Then I will now secure it in the back all over. Securing that last side too, while keeping it loose on the front. I started trimming it up, and I thought I can just do that at the very end. So now I have this ribbon that I got at Hobby Lobby. So I'm just going to put that in the top of that fold, or in the center of that fold. Just gives it another texture, another dimension. And I'll secure that on the back as well. And I think it looks really, really cute. So now I'm going to tuck some Spanish moss down in the pocket and get it clear to the bottom. Now I have some random flowers that I got at Hobby Lobby and Walmart and the Dollar Tree, I think. No, just Walmart and Hobby Lobby. I got the sunflowers at Hobby Lobby. And I've just got some fall picks that I'm just cutting loose. I'm just going to stick down there, and I wanted the sunflowers as the main focal point, so I put that in first and down towards the bottom. These orange picks had some orange berries and orange leaves. Kind of sticking those down in the middle of those orange leaves. I thought the colors looked really pretty together. Decided that big orange leaf in the middle was too much. Then there's this little sunflower blossom I'm going to put towards the top in the center. And then this one had a little gourd on it. So I'm just going to set that off to the left side there. Thought I'd tuck a little bit more Spanish moss in and have a little bit of it kind of poking, creeping out. Looks pretty already, but we're not done. So now I'm going to make a little bow using my mini bow dabra. Got that at Amazon. So I'm going to put a piece of twine just down the middle there. Then I've got some ticking fabric that I tore into strips. So I'm just using one strip of that, making 2 loops and 2 tails on each side. And then I'm using my fall orange gingham ribbon. I got that at Hobby Lobby. And I'm putting 2 loops on each side. And I got this far and realized I wanted to put a little bit of Excelsior underneath it all. So I carefully lift up my ribbon and tuck some of that Excelsior underneath, and then stick my ribbon back in and kind of design and fluff everywhere that needed fluffed. And I thought I'd put a few loops of twine on the top. So I just wrap it around my fingers a few times to make some loops. And I'll just put that on the top there. Pull up each of those ends of the twine. Then I will tie it in a knot and then tie it in a bow and leave that on there. Now I just need to fluff and put all the loops where I want to hang the tails down more and trim them. You can tell my scissors are very dull, so I had to try a different pair, and they were a little better. Now I'm just going to hot glue that onto the pocket on the right side, just below those sunflowers. While I'm holding it in place and it's drying, I'm just kind of fluffing all those loops. I have these tags, and this one says Happy Harvest. So I have these in a Etsy listing, whole bunch of printable tags along with all kinds of vintage pumpkin and fall printables for like decoupage or framing. And so the link to that will be below this video. But I'm just scrunching it up and distressing the edges and making it look worn and used and aged. And punching a hole in it. Then I'll put a little bit of twine in it. And I'll cut off the excess twine. And I'll glue that right in the center of my bow. just hanging at an angle. And last, I'm just going to grab a little round wooden button and set it right in the center of that. And then you could leave it like that and set it on an easel, or just have it be a shelf leaner or something like that. But I'm making this one to hang. That's why I punched or drilled the holes into it. So I've got this kind of a coppery brass wire, and I'm sticking it from the back to the front through the hole, and then just curving the end of the wire a few times around some needle nose. And now I'm twisting it around a pencil to make all kinds of curves and loops. And then I will come through the back of the next hole and use my needle nose again to make a whole bunch of loops. And I love how this turned out. Hope this inspires you to make something similar. I'm really pleased with it. Appreciate you watching my videos. Please like and subscribe. And thanks so much, and you have a whimsical day.